Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I am going to be rating these sneaker brands. First up, we have Adidas. They've been doing strong for a few years. Ultra Boosts have fallen off, however, but I think because of the forum, I'm gonna have to put them in A tier. The Home Alone forums were really nice. The presentation was impressive, and I just have to give them A tier, if not just for that collab. I might have put them at B tier, but honestly, I think that they care about their products and the presentation of them. Next up, we have Nike. I'm gonna have to put Nike at a B tier. I mean, they only care about the profit, it seems, and although the shoes look great, I mean, the materials just aren't there. And while I personally prefer Nike over Adidas for looks, I think that Adidas has a lot more care and thought put into the creation of their shoes. So I think for that reason, Nike has to be B and Adidas has to be A. I mean, maybe I could have done like A plus, A minus, but I mean, I just don't see how you can really put them on the same level when there doesn't seem to be the same amount of care being put into them. Next up, we have New Balance. New Balance is S tier. This year, 2021, well, it's 2022 now, but looking back at 2021, they absolutely killed it. I mean, they had the 550s comeback. ALD collaborations were incredible. They had actually plenty of good collaborations, like the Jound. They had just really a lot of really good collaborations. They had, like with Joe Fresh Goods, for example, but they had some really nice models, really nice colorways, and really nice materials. And I like that they don't really like produce them in like sweatshops. I guess they produce them in like the U.S., the U.K., Germany, places like that, I think. And then next up we have Jordan Brand, and I have to put Jordan Brand at A tier just because of the looks. I do prefer a Jordan 1 to most things when it comes to looks. But yeah, it has to be A tier just because of the looks. Actually, I might have to adjust this tier list at the end as I'm talking it out. I mean, so yeah, I mean, I'm gonna put Jordan up there, even though they have issues with their releases. They, a lot of backdooring, and a lot of just profiteering, which is really just because it's a Nike owned brand. In my opinion, I think that's why it's happening. And there's that big scandal with the Nike American vice president issue where they were like stealing shoes and giving them to their son or whatever. That was a big scandal. And then next up we got Puma. I think Puma's... I really personally like Pumas, but the materials aren't there. However, it is a cheap, affordable option, so I think I'm going to leave that at B tier. Yeah, I think Puma's a great brand. I personally love some of their collaborations with like Butter Goods. I think it's a classic shoe, but they're struggling to make it into the new era of shoes, and I think that some of their performance basketball shoe stuff is great. Sponsoring motorsports, amazing. They got good shoes for that too. But their lifestyle sneakers are lacking a bit. I feel like they need to work on the comfort and the materials a bit more, and then I would consider A tier. But I think they're on the same level as Nike when it comes to that, but way more affordable for materials. Maybe Nike beats them out by like a bit, I guess. I mean, they have nicer models and better materials, but I mean, I feel like Puma does care, and it's not necessarily that they don't want to put better materials on it. I feel like that might be a money issue. So yeah, next up we have Asics. Asics has to be D tier. They have not come up with anything memorable. I haven't even I've seen some of the gel lights. They're nice, I guess, but I would not personally pay retail for those. Um, Maybe if they made something crazy nice, like a really nice colorway, but I would not consider those right now. Next up, we have Balenciaga. I'm gonna put that in D tier. It's just not interesting to me at all. And I'm gonna have to put that in D tier for now. Next up, we have Collegium. Okay, just making sure it was recording. Sorry. And next up is Collegium. I think these are actually, I think because of the brand recognition problem, probably a B tier. I think that they're much better materials, but it's also that they're kind of knockoff Jordan 1s, is why I am putting them in B. It's not a lot of creativity. They also only have like 3 or 4 models, and they're pretty expensive. The price point is very high, but I think that they're very nice. From what I've seen, I don't own a pair. I've never seen a pair. I've seen it in videos, but they look very good quality. It's just I'm worried about the creativity aspect. It just seems like a knockoff Jordan 1 to me. Next up, we got Converse. I'm going to put that in C tier. They made the Comme des Garçons shoes, you know, those are nice, but outside of that, they're not comfortable. They're not really even that memorable. Maybe the Undefeated Converse are okay, but I think the best thing they've done was the Comme des Garçons. And, you know, I don't really wear a ton of Converse. I don't really know anything other than their Chuck 70 model or whatever it's called. So I'm going to have to just leave that at C tier. It's just not a great brand, in my opinion. Next up, we got Crocs. You know, purely because of the Lightning McQueen Crocs, I'm going to have to put them in C tier. Great job. Just, I didn't cop it, but I like cars, so they have had a few collaborations. I think there's a Bad Bunny one, a Post Malone one, but I would not personally wear it other than maybe the Lightning McQueen Crocs, and that's just because I don't really listen to like those artists. Next up, we have Gucci. I'm putting Gucci in C tier. And a lot of you might disagree with this because of the brand, the prestige. I don't really care about that. It's all about price point, and this brand just doesn't have a good price point. And for what you're paying, you're not getting the same quality or care put into the products as you would like per price with Puma or with, you know, I just can't put it in B tier. It's just, I feel like they don't care other than money. And, you know, you're probably paying an extra $500 just for the brand name. So I can't put that in anything higher than C. Next up, we have Reebok. I think I'm going to have to put this one... Ooh, this one's tough. If I put it in A, I feel like maybe Nike should be in A, but... You know what? I'm going to put it A. And I'll tell you why. They had a really good Ghostbusters collaboration. They had a really good Jurassic Park collaboration. And they had a really good Assassin's Creed Valhalla collaboration. I'm not gonna lie, I have the Valhalla collaboration. I love it, and I think that, you know, if they're doing well now, I've been rooting for them for a while. Okay, I just want them to succeed. Because it's a classic brand, you know, it's got a classic vibe to the shoes, and I just like retro stuff, I guess, but these just aren't like actually good quality. They care. They're cheaper than other brands. I think for what you're paying, you're getting a lot back. And I think that is the reason I have to put it A tier. Next up, we have Skechers. I'm going to have to put Skechers in D tier. And that's just because I don't know a whole lot about Skechers. I think maybe if I knew a bit more, I could comment on it. Like, I could probably move it up to C, but they haven't made anything memorable this year. They haven't done collaborations from what I know. They don't really make great silhouettes. They don't make great colorways. Like, I think it's just a dad shoe or like a kid's shoe. I don't really think people who are into sneakers really pay attention to Skechers. I could be wrong, but I mean, it is what it is. Next up, we have Under Armour, C tier. I like the Currys. I like the direction it's heading. And I know some people might disagree with this, but I think it has potential to be B. It's just not there yet. But I'd say C+. This one's a C+. Everything else here, like Gucci C-, Converse C-, Crocs straight C, Under Armour C+, for sure. I really like where they're headed. Like, I saw a Cookie Monster like Curry, and that was pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie, I like that one. It looked pretty good. Next up, we have We Are Underdogs. I'm gonna put this one in S tier. I love Seth Fowler's videos. I think that the shoes, I have 3 pairs, 2 in hand. I've been waiting for one of them to ship for like over a month now. But We Are Underdogs has to be the best quality for what you pay. I mean, you can get these things for like under retail, like under half retail during their Black Friday sale. You can get like, you can get them on eBay for like $80. I mean, it's incredible. They're great quality materials, better than New Balance. I mean, it's incredible the materials that they have. I mean, it makes me want to cry every time I touch their calf skin or like their like nubuck. I mean, it's the leather, the nubuck. It's all incredible quality, and for a smaller brand, I have to say it's impressive. And the price points, it just has to be S tier. It is my favorite sneaker brand of 2021. New Balance is a close second. So yeah, I mean, I think for this year, honestly, they killed it. They haven't gotten much brand recognition yet, but I think everyone should go out there and like try one of the Origin models or try one of the Nightwing models, which is wear testers. Even like Kais Omar fans can get in on it with the Dream Crew ones, and then which I think are his. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that's his. And then like they're like Project Hex. Like I got one of the commas, and I really want to get one of the apostrophes. I mean, I think it's incredible what they've done. So next up, we have Yeezy. I'm gonna have to put them in A tier. I think that the 350s are great. Some of the colorways they've done, I admit, too earthy, terrible. But I think just overall, based on their past colorways and the re-releases they did this year, like on Yeezy Day with the 350 V2 Zebras, which is my all-time Yeezy grail. I have not been able to attain that just because of price point. But I mean, Yeezy. I mean, Ye is always going to be big in fashion, and I think there's some talk about him taking over Virgil's role at Louis Vuitton since his tragic passing. But I mean, they make good shoes. They I mean, that's all I can say. They make great colorways sometimes. I know some of them are really too earth tone, but I mean, I really like the belugas, the breads, the zebras. You know, the blue tints. I mean, 350s are an incredible shoe. I think the 380s are nice too. Power Phase. You know, they're all nice. I mean, I can think of a few models I'm not so into, but I mean, I think overall it's a really great brand. So next up we have Prada, D tier. Terrible. Honestly, I saw some of the Adidas collaborations they did, and it was obviously such a money grab because it was just like a boring ass shoe for like $600. Like, you gotta do something for that much. And I know that kind of will contradict this next one, Rude. Gonna have to put Rude A tier, I think. Yeah, I think A tier. I mean, the materials look great. I haven't gotten my pair in hand yet, but I just bought a pair off Essence for like under 200. It looks like they are usually priced around 500, 600. So I know it's a bit expensive, but you can actually get them for way cheaper if you look on Essence, especially during sales. So it's not completely unobtainable like the Gucci or Prada, but it looks like great materials, great retro vibe. And I really like the McLaren collaboration because, you know, I love Formula One. And I really liked that interview with Daniel Ricciardo, or it's not really an interview, but that video where Daniel Ricciardo actually met, I think it's Luigi Villaseñor, is the guy behind the brand. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's the guy. So yeah, I mean, it's really interesting, and so yeah, this is my final list. If you guys disagree with me, I'd love to see your lists. Tell me in the comments if you agree or disagree. You know, like the video, subscribe. See you guys next time.